Hey everyone, One Spit in here. So I have Light meets Dark, my Empire Light Council versus a Demons of Chaos army. 2,500 points. We're both still using possible tournament lists for an upcoming tournament, which means you can have up to 250 points in Storm of Magic stuff. I don't think my opponent is using any of that. I have a Giant Chaos Spine Beast, which is the giant model there in the middle. So, starting off on the far left, he's got one of his fancy demon cannons, some furies, a bunch of demonettes. There's a herald in there. Then there's a soul crusher, and he does have at least one, if not two, upgrades. But I know he can shoot basically like a stone thrower. There's a demon prince behind it. He is Marcus Lanesh. Another fancy cannon, a beast and Urgle, some plague bearers. There's another herald in with them. He's his battle standard bearer. And I know he has ASF. Other than that, I don't know. And then another beast, and then some more furies. So facing him, I decided to kind of do something kind of along the lines of a refused flank. So I've got a cannon in the corner, some demigryphs, two 45-man units of halberdiers. One of them has a 6-man archer detachment. We're going to call them detachers from now on. Archer detachment with 3 of my wizards in there. I've got 2 level 1s and a level 4. The one level 1 has a dispel scroll. Level 4 has a channeling staff. Then I've got my war altar with Archlector. He's got the speculum and a 4-up ward and the warrior bane sword. And then let's see, there's a hurricanum you can't really see. Then my giant cast spine beast and my stank. So we're going to take a TV timeout for my new unit filler creations. Basically, I've been using great swords proxying for halberdiers. I didn't want to do that for the tournament, and I didn't want to paint 30 halberdiers, so I made 2 unit fillers, 15-man equivalents, and I like them individually. I don't like 2 of them in one unit. It looks kind of ridiculous, and I don't have enough bodies to remove. So for the tournament, I may use those 2, or I may replace one of them with 15 great swords that I just spread around between the 2 units. I haven't decided, but it was kind of fun making them. I have a blacksmith scene and a supply train scene. Anyway, so I have the +1 to go first, and my opponent's just snagged it from me. I didn't like that because he has 2 cannons. But nevertheless, demons move up on my right. They move up on my left. So apparently his cannons are flaming, and so the regen on the Giant Chaos Spine Beast does no good whatsoever, and he kills at turn 1. And in all honesty, my first thought was, that's okay. I don't need the Giant Chaos Spine Beast to win a game. I usually try to tell myself that about any unit I have on the table. I don't need it to win. I can win without it. So he drops the Stone Thrower from Soul Crusher. It kills, I think, 5 halberdiers. And we go to Empire turn 1. So my idea is to get the steam tank to fire at his Demon Prince, which has to go through his Soul Crusher first, and also be able to tie up those Plague Bearers. I'd like to, if I could tie them up and take care of the rest of his army, and then turn around and hit them with a flank charge later on, that'd be fantastic. Over here, the demis, they failed their charge against the Furies. I really wish I was really hoping to make that, because then I could overrun, hit the Demonettes, and I think these guys would do just fine against the Demonettes, and he couldn't countercharge with anything, I don't think, maybe possibly hit one of his cannons. But they decided to fail it. So during Magic, I thought I have 2 banishments, of course, and so I'm sending my banishments at the Soul Crusher. He uses his dice to stop one of them, another one goes through, and I take it down to 1 wound. And I'm okay with that, because I have a steam tank aiming at the Demon Prince from one direction and a cannon aiming at it from another direction. Either way, I have to go through the Soul Crusher. It's down to 1 wound, so it's not like I'm going to wound it and only do 1 wound to it, and then it stops the cannonball. So I go to my steam tank, and I misfire and take 2 wounds. I go to my cannon, and he rolls a 2 and a 2 and doesn't hit anything. So the plan is not going according to plan. So we go to Demon's turn 2. He actually doesn't move very far up with his stuff. I think he might, I don't know what he was thinking. It could be that he had me outranged. I don't know. But he does that. He puts his Beast of Nurgle in front of my Demigryph Knights, and then in the Magic phase, he's got a Shadow Sorcerer that lowers my strength, and I get a -3 weapon skill. So my Demis, I can charge in with them, but they're probably not going to take care of that Beast of Nurgle anytime soon. Over here, Yeah, I angled my Hurricanum facing this way to protect this flank, and I'm glad I did. I'm not worried about either these, the Beast or the Furies charging my Halberdier unit. I'm worried about it getting behind my lines and causing problems in other places. So I have a decent chance of making the charge with my Hurricanum. I can take out the Furies and then deal with the Beast and Nurgle later. He rolls the Winds of Magic, and he rolls something really high. Or I'll take that back. I don't know what he rolled. But anyway, I'd roll for every unit. If you roll a 6, you take damage. My cannon rolled a 6, but it didn't end up doing any damage to it. Okay, what I had to do is I had to take a leadership on 3 dice, a leadership test. And even with the reroll, they failed it. And I killed 4 of my 6 archers, which really scares me because I feel like my wizards are very vulnerable. Cannon passed its leadership test. Goes to a shooting. I have 8 wounds on my steam tank, and he doesn't care. Both of his cannons target it, and between the two of them, they take care of the steam tank. And I'm thinking, that's okay. I don't need my steam tank to win this game. Then he targets with his... I don't know what he was targeting. I think what he targeted here was... he targeted my Halberdiers with his Soul Crusher, and it scatters off and lands a direct hit on my War Altar. So our understanding was the small hole, since it hits Mount and Rider. And so my Archlector fails its ward save and dies, and my War Altar fails its ward save and takes 3 wounds. So now I'm thinking, that's okay. I don't need my Archlector to win this game. But, losing the Giant Chaos Spine Beast, losing the Steam Tank, losing the Archlector, pretty much losing the War Altar, I can't win the game with nothing on the table. Yeah, he is outranging me, something fierce. On the left, my Demigryphs charge into his Beast of Nurgle. Otherwise, I just kind of shuffle the Halberdier units around so that if he charges with that Soul Crusher, I'll be steadfast and I can flank charge him and hopefully kill him through combat res. I still have 2 banishments, and so this now... I don't have a steam tank. I do still have a cannon, but now instead of targeting the Soul Crusher, I'm just going straight for the Demon Prince. I don't want to waste a banishment on a 1-wound model. Hurricanum makes its charge on the Furies. Very excited about that, so I think I should win there. And yeah, so I make this charge. Now I'm totally debuffed, and I don't care, because there's impassable terrain on the left, and so his Demonettes, even if they made that huge long charge, can't fit in. So his Beast is actually kind of blocking his Demonette, so I'm happy enough with that. So during the magic phase, I have 2 banishments. He stops 1. He can't stop both. I get it on the Demon Prince. You have to reroll ward saves with banishment, and I kill the Demon Prince. Absolutely huge. Yeah, this certainly evens things out a little bit. My cannon still can't wound the Soul Crusher. That cannon, I'm telling you, everybody thinks cannons are so great, and my opponent is tearing me up with his 2 cannons. My cannons, it's not doing anything. Yeah. So let's see, when the Demon Prince dies, the strength debuff goes away because that remains a spell, but I'm still -3 weapon skill, and I don't think I do anything to the Beast of Nurgle. The Celestial Hurricanum pops the Furies through combat res, and I reform so that his Beast of Nurgle cannot see me. I would have rather angled back towards my lines, but I couldn't do that and avoid a charge. So, Demon's turn 3. His Soul Crusher comes charging into a Halberdier unit. The good news there is that he only has 1 wound left. The bad news is only my BSB can go before he gets to go, and I'm worried that he's going to just take a big chunk out of the Halberdier unit. Let's see, his Beast of Nurgle on the right moves up. His Demonettes move up a little bit. I still don't know why he's not moving up more aggressively, but that's what he's doing. There's that. He rolls for the Winds of Magic and gets some bad roll to where he had to choose a model and I think take a leadership test, and if you failed it, you took a wound. Anyway, his BSB took a wound. And then, so my Battle Standard Bearer gets to strike first. I only have 3 attacks. He's not really that great. I think his Soul Crusher is going to allocate all his attacks on my BSB and just snipe him. And with my 3 attacks, I get one through. It wounds him. I can't believe it. And he failed his armor and ward save and dies. So All the bad luck I have trying to kill that thing with all my ranged attacks, and I kill him with my totally almost worthless battle standard bearer. And of course, this magic phase, he still has 2 spellcasters. Both of his heralds can cast spells, but anyway, everything goes away on my demigryphs, and they make short work of the Beast of Nurgle. And so I left them where they were because, one, they could charge the demonettes, and I like that well enough. But what I realized too was another thing they can do. If you look to the right, they can see that cannon over there, and that's a flank charge, and I only need to roll a 6. I'm not that far away from it. And if I can hit that cannon in the flank, kill it, and overrun, I'll hit the flank of his plague bearer unit. And that was very, very attractive. It looks something like this. So I declare a charge with my halberdiers, because I did not want his plague bearers to be able to reform and face me. And I fail the charge with my demigryph knights. They needed a 6 with Swift Stride. Darn it. Darn it. 1, his cannon couldn't shoot. I probably would have killed it. I would have overrun. I'm not going to kill those plague bearers in 1 round of combat, but I'll take my odds in the long haul with it. 2, that frees up my cannon and my banishments can go towards the other cannon, take that thing off the table. Oh, that was an opportunity missed right there. So overall, it looks like that. I take my Hurricanum on the right. I move him up within 6 inches of my halberdiers, so at least I'm +1 to hit. And I also angle him such that he can see that Beast of Nurgle, and whatever, almost unless he backs him up. If he goes towards my cannon or anything else, I should be able to see him and should be able to get a charge. Yeah, I'm sick about this. Halberdiers unsupported. I have +1 to hit. I've got a magic phase, and the magic phase, I'm too far away for a lot of my stuff. A lot of my buffs are 12-inch range, and then you can do a 12-inch bubble, but I think I'm out of the 12-inch range, so I can't really support my halberdiers. So that's not going to go well. So during magic, I go ahead and take care of that 1 cannon, so he can't just charge in. And yeah, I got crushed. It was just awful. I couldn't do any wounds to him. He just, all the poison really helps out too, because I don't have a save, because I only have a 6-up armor save. So he wins. I'm not steadfast. I break, and of course he runs me down, and it looks like that. Not good. So on his turn, Daemon's turn 4, he charges the plague bearers into my war altar. Again, my war altar only has 2 wounds left. His character alone is probably going to be able to kill it. The only thing I have going for me is I'm toughness 5, but he's strength 4, and he has poison. So he should make short work of my war altar. If he doesn't, then I can charge him in the flank with my halberdiers. But if he, yeah, that's just not going well. Yeah, his demonettes make a long charge against my demis. I actually like my demigryph knights in the long haul against the demonettes, but I'm really worried about this turn in particular. He's going to have a charge. We both have a banner. He's got 3 extra ranks going into it, so he's starting with +4. And I think I should be okay, but he's got the herald. You never know what could happen. I'm a little bit worried on this turn. If I can survive this charge, I should be okay in the long haul. Yeah, so this I believe is after combat. He charges in. He can't do any wounds. I just got really, really lucky here. Amazingly, I can't believe he didn't do any wounds to my war altar. So I'm subordinate and I stick. Empire turn 4, I countercharge. I can't countercharge to get as many attacks as I would like to because my demigryphs were blocking me. I couldn't move up and wheel, but I could wheel where I was, and so at least I get some in there. My Hurricanum charges the Beast of Nurgle. I'm not going to get the +2 combat res for being in the rear, but I will have a charge, and I have impact hits, so I'm hoping that's enough to pop them. Otherwise, yeah, there's not a whole lot left on the table. This is a bloody game. One thing I like here is he can't do too many wounds. I think he might have done 1 wound to my war altar. He just didn't do 2. And I've got the 4 board save, which is really saving me here. So even if he does kill the war altar, he's only going to get 1 combat res for it. So I don't think my halberdiers are going to pop him completely, but I'm hoping that I can really whittle him down so he can't do too much harm in the future. And over here, yeah, I guess I didn't need to worry about it. Look at that. I got the speed of light bubble, so I'm weapon skill 10, initiative 10 and everything, so I was able to do my attacks before the demons got to fight. That helped. Being weapon skill 10 really helped. So the plague bearers are hitting my halberdiers on 5s, which was awesome. Demonettes are only hitting on 4s. I'll still take it. I kill his herald and really whittle that unit down. So Empire turn 4, it looks like that. Now, I'm going to get confused with the picture flow here, but I can tell you what happened. We go to combat, and I absolutely crush this demonette unit. I take him down to where he only has 2 models left in the whole unit. And he rolls his break test, and he rolls Snake Eyes. And it ends up at the end looking just like it did at the beginning. And that, my friends, that is soul-crushing. I'm still going to win with him, but yeah, oh, that was painful. So Demons turn 5, his cannon kills my cannon at this point. I feel like my cannon deserves to die. Yeah, this might be the picture of me after he got his wounds back. I'm not sure. And over here, yeah, we did okay. The first round of combat was great because I was weapon skill 10 with Hatred. Because even without the Archlector, the War Altar gives Hatred to units within 6, so that was nice. I'm +1 to hit because of the Hurricanum. But you know what? He's still toughness 4, and he's got a 4-up regen, and I can't quite pop him. But at least that unit is not nearly as threatening as it has been. So, Empire turn 5. Yeah, not a whole lot of moving around going on over here. You can see the Hurricanum, by the way, killed the Beast of Nurgle, so I just move around, trying to get closer to the Demigryphs so I can give them +1 to hit. I think I forgot about it. During the magic phase, I get a spell off, and I miscast, and for the second time this game, I rolled a 9, so I did a strength 6 hit to every spellcaster, and put a wound on my Hurricanum, and put the second wound on each of my level 1s. So my level 4 is killing my level 1s. Really hate that. Still trying to cast Banishment on his remaining cannon, and now it's only strength 4. Oh yeah, so I got Banishment. I don't know what order this went in. Anyway, long story short, I think that the spell went through before Banishment, but I only got him down to 1 wound, which doesn't help me because he can still shoot. Darn it. After combat, he finally kills my War Altar, and then he turns to face me, so it looks like this. We go to Demons turn 6. Yeah, the Demonettes finally succumb to the Demigryphs. Yeah, but now he's going to shoot a cannon through the Demigryphs and try to target my wizard, who doesn't get a lookout sir roll. And yeah, my only hope is he screws something up there. After combat, you see there's a die in the back of my Halberdier unit. That means there's 3 models dead off of one of those 15-man things. I just didn't feel like removing a 15-man unit filler and replacing it with 12 individual guys because the game's almost over. So yeah, so it looks like that. I can't kill his battle standard bearer. It's frustrating. He's been sitting on 1 wound all game. Empire turn 6. Really, I just move up. I move the Demigryphs up just so I can move the level 4 up. The archers didn't die. The detachment just moved back. I'm going to cast. I've got a strength 4 banishment to try to finish off that cannon. And I finished off the cannon. I kind of knew at this point. I should have said too. During his last magic phase, he got a +3 toughness buff off on his plague bearer. So that's why, like his last turn, and his Demons turn 6 and Empire turn 6. I wasn't doing any wounds to his plague bearers. Not a toughness 7. So the game ends like that. And yeah, I mean, it seemed like it was real bloody. We were both getting down to nothing. But when all was said and done, all he had was he would have had half points for his plague bearers and half points for his Herald of Nurgle, according to the tournament scenario rules. And I had enough stuff left. I think I ended up winning the game by about 1,000 or something. Maybe just shy of that. So I can't complain about the end result of it. It's funny. I mean, in the early phases of the game, when I thought I'd be dominating with all my banishments and my shooting and stuff, I just couldn't do enough to him, and he just picked me apart. Once we got into combat, that's where the Lore of Light really shined. That speed of light was really helpful. So yeah, the Empire pulled out a victory. Really, I think we kind of should have. Like I said, I think this demon army is just a bad matchup for them against this Council of Light. So that's the game. Hope you enjoyed it.